Joe Rogan genuinely came at Jimmy Kimmel, but sincerely, it's like observing a guy wildly throwing punches in a padded room. He's going all in, though, but still within that meticulously designed Hollywood bubble.
So, like, he's in this leftist thought bubble. He is in the most leftist thought bubble available, which is Hollywood.
Let's be real, the late-night host's gig has been less stand-up routine and more lecture hall with a laugh track. And Rogan didn't hold back here. He panned the entire act with the type of direct delivery that broached no misinterpretation.
But then, to be that show guy, he has to be a different guy.
That's why today we're diving straight into this conversation. No filters, no soft landings, just full-speed commentary. So grab your snack and get ready, because this is going to be a full plate of bold opinions with zero sugarcoating.
You know, the Elon Musk joking around about my pronouns are prosecute Fauci. Jimmy Kimmel made a tweet back to him. He said, your pronouns are ass and hole, which is pretty funny. But then...
Did he really?
Yes. And so then I read that, and there was people saying, please don't joke about pronouns.
That's him or a writer, can't you tell?
Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
No, it's him, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
good. That's a good one.
He's a comic.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, he used to host The Man Show. I mean, he's done some pretty outrageous back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, for hee-hees and haw-haws.
No, that's a good joke on top of a good joke.
Yeah, it's a good joke.
Think about it, a host goes from The Man Show, which was all over-the-top comedy and outrageous gags, to suddenly taking on the role of moral guide for the public. We're talking about someone whose past material included things that wouldn't fly today, and when those resurfaced, there were plenty of apologies to go around. But here's the real question, is this genuine personal growth, or simply adapting to whatever the current culture demands? That's exactly what Rogan highlighted in his critique.
The late night talk show for, I guess, kind of my generation was the thing that everybody wanted. Kimmel and Fallon and all these guys. Like, you got to host the Tonight Show, or Jimmy Kimmel's got his own show. You got your own show. You got the Letterman show. You got the this show, the that show. That was the thing, man.
Right.
If you could get your own show like that, like, you were fucking in. If they offered it to you, you took it. You took it. But then to be that show guy, he has to be a different guy. So now he's not... Colbert from the show was this genius parody. Now he's just Stephen Colbert.
Right.
That's who he is.
They destroyed the essence by giving him...
Here's the reality, late night shows aren't just for jokes, they're primetime advertising platforms dressed up as comedy. The hosts are present to make it interesting, but in a safe space that makes the sponsors smile. Edgy enough to be new, but never going over lines that are not to be crossed. Take Kimmel, for instance, when the old-school comedy was working, he edged in. When the cultural landscape changed, he switched lanes faster and became part of the political commentary bandwagon, even wading into criticism of certain individuals. But those gestures cost him, his ratings fell noticeably.
Jimmy Kimmel's a loser. Look, we would do Jimmy Kimmel. I'd do Jimmy Kimmel. I did him a lot.
Yeah.
He used to greet me on the sidewalk outside of his studio. I'd come in, this was before politics, of course, but I'd come in and he'd be standing on the sidewalk. Oh, sir, may I bring you in? He'd bring me in every time. And then I ran for politics. I never, got involved with him much, but
switch up.
All they do is talk bad about Trump. That's all. The whole show is talking bad about Trump.
Kimmel threw shots at us for having you on the first time.
He called us doofuses when we had you on.
You know what you do?
And guess what? We
ask
did
him how many.
what he did.
Ask him. Yeah, you do bigger. Yeah. Do. His show's dying. This one show is dying. Colbert is dying.
When late-night television went all political in 2016, it was as if they all together decided to gamble half of their audience. Ratings did start to fall, and the hosts began to leave one by one. Conan revamped his format. James Corden departed. Trevor Noah left. And meanwhile, podcasts filled the breach, providing real conversation with no time constraints or scripted material. They omitted the promo hooey and forced laughter and retained only the raw, honest talk. That's what listeners responded to, and that's why so many returned each week, episode after episode.
There's not a chance in hell that this is funny or gonna work And when you see those flat, corny, late night monologue jokes with no audience, Colbert, there's Jimmy Kimmel, there's Fallon. What they're doing is just like reading off of a teleprompter. So a bunch of really good joke writers wrote them some stuff, and then they're playing to the audience, and the audience is like laughing, so they get this feedback, and they know how to do that. They stand there, and there's applause signs, and then there's producers. There's the warm-up guy that's literally telling people to applaud. They're like, okay, explaining to the people, okay, when Jimmy comes out, I want a big round of applause. Let's practice this right now.
Lots of watchers likely listened to Rogan's opinion and said, yeah, that's exactly it. The programs sound more scripted than free-form. From the off-the-cuff gags to the impeccably timed reactions, all is scripted. Even without the vintage laugh tracks, there's still an artificial environment where the crowd is prompted to laugh on cue. It's less a matter of actual comedy and more about manning the room's reaction, having the whole thing come off a bit too rehearsed.
Would you do a talk show?
No, I'm doing one right now with Kyle Dunnigan. He's my guest. Why would I do that? It doesn't seem like a good way to talk to people. It doesn't seem like it's fun. It seems like it's too much pressure. It seems like there's too many people. It seems like the conversations become fake because you have 5 minutes until you cut to commercial, and they come over with cards, and the executive wants to talk to you, and the producers want to get in your ear, and we just feel like it just needs a little levity. You just need a little levity. So we're gonna bring the jester out. Oh, I'm tired of the jester. I don't like the jester. And then the jester comes out with his little, and everybody goes, the jester's here.
And Rogan was already proving his point years ago. Even in 2018, his viewership numbers were huge versus late-night hosts. But aside from viewership, it was about content. He had guests coming from all sorts of backgrounds, scientists, comedians, intellectuals, even the odd space traveler. Not just the same old roundtable of voices who already think exactly the same thing. That diversity and willingness is what made his platform unique. And that's where a space for actual discussion is different from one that is merely giving a constant, pre-approved message. So, give your feedback in the comments below, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe so you can get the next in-depth dive.